morning and welcome to the Aired Out podcast from Fly on the Wall Productions on Facebook and YouTube. We're streamed everywhere you get your podcasts. And yes, we're on the web at airedoutvt.com. Woodland Studios has just put together such a fantastic website. I'm so impressed by what they've done. To airedoutvt.com. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do. It's amazing. Mary is just, and I know I've been talking about her online, but man, she's just amazing. We got a 3-car pileup on 89 this morning in Winooski. We got a billion road construction projects that went active about an hour ago, so please drive carefully. What's that mean, Rex?
Spring is here, baby.
Spring is here?
That's right. When you start seeing the road work happening,
yeah,
it ain't the leaves coming back. It's the road crews.
I
filling
know.
the potholes from the winter.
You know what? I gotta say though, this past week it's been so rainy and so wet, man. These.
How depressed have you been?
Well,
like holy shit.
Not really depressed, but just I just want to say kudos to the construction workers out there that are working all day.
Like Big Ed cutting that egress window in.
Yeah, I saw
he
that.
cut for 6 hours yesterday, he's probably got another few more hours today.
Yeah, but the road construction people too. You know, they're out there, the flaggers, all of them, man, just working in the rain all week. That's gotta suck. Just drive carefully.
Yeah. You know what sucks is you got to pay your bills. You still got to buy food. And
I know.
So it doesn't matter what the weather is. You still have to go to work.
Let's see. Right now it is 9:09. Weather from NBC5 today: rain and 50 degrees. Minor river flooding possible, especially in southern Vermont, with higher rainfall totals there. Tonight, rain and 45. Saturday, rain, lower 50s. And then on Sunday, Mother's Day, sunshine's going to come out for Mom. We're looking at highs around 60 degrees. Monday, sunshine in mid-70s. There we go. Red Sox destroyed the Rangers 5-0. They're going to start up with the Royals tonight. Yankees got a late one tonight with the Athletics. Tomorrow's game's at 4:05. Celtics will meet up with the Knicks tomorrow at 3:30 for Game 3 in the Eastern Conference. And NASCAR is going to be heading to Kansas on Sunday. Wait till you hear what the National Retail Federation is saying about how much people are spending on Mother's Day, Rex. I'll share it with you here in a second. But
what other events do we have going on locally here?
We have a lot of stuff that's.
Well, I know tonight United Fighting Arts Institute has Danielle Kelly seminar.
Mm-hmm.
She's from One Championship.
Yep. She's
a high-level jiu-jitsu practitioner. Yeah, they flew her in, and she's doing a seminar up in South Burlington. And
very cool.
Then tomorrow they have what's called the Kumite. It's a big grappling tournament up there in South Burlington.
Nice. I know it's a little ways away, but this is pretty exciting. On Thursday, June 5th, Peer Palooza is coming to Barrie, and everyone's invited. Don't miss it. Powerful keynote speakers, workshops, TED Talk style events, poster presentations, art displays. It's a full day on Thursday, June 5th and Friday, June 6th up at the Barrie Auditorium. And Washington County Mental Health, our presenting sponsor, is putting this on. Peer specialists, education and support for Vermont agencies, some inspiring stories, actually a lot of inspiring stories, and we invite you to be part of that. And we're going to be talking.
What about May 18th?
A lot. May 18th, Bikers for Beth.
Bikers for Beth. The same day, the Green Mountain Wrestling is doing their show also.
Yep.
On that same day in the afternoon. So
it's going to be tremendous.
Yeah, a lot going on that day.
There's a ton of stuff happening.
Yeah, Wilkins. Oh, what is going on? Wilkins got something going on there, too. Do you see that they're doing that ride to Fort Ticonderoga? Is that Saturday?
I don't know.
You dress up as like a patriot from back in the Revolutionary War, and they ride out to Fort Ticonderoga on motorcycles.
They're doing that this Saturday?
The Patriot Ride, I think is what it's called.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it is. I thought that was pretty
They're
cool.
always doing really interesting stuff over there. We have the Vermont Coyotes getting ready over at Northern Vermont University in Johnson. They're going to be hosting the first ever professional basketball combine for the Coyotes. Again, that is May 24th.
When they come into the odd.
That'll start up this September.
Sweet.
So vtcoyotes.com is a great site to check out. It's amazing that professional basketball is going to be right here in our backyard, right?
Absolutely.
God, where do we begin this morning? Should we do some Vermont news because
what do we got going on?
Well, we have a couple of hit and runs. One in Pownell, 2 cars hitting somebody. The guys or the gal, I don't know who it is, but they're in critical condition and they're looking for 2 cars in Pownell.
I had a friend of mine back in the day.
Again, critical condition, man. Crazy.
Got killed up in Hardwick. He was walking on the side of the road, and a kid hit him. And then come to find, it was I don't know if it was a cop's son or a game warden's son or something. I don't remember, but he ended up getting away with it.
Really?
Claimed he thought it was a deer or something like that. Good old boy system.
Well, we got a guy in Putney who's in Vermont headlines this morning, high on drugs, went up on the sidewalk, hit somebody. They're still alive, but they're in critical condition. So we got that one. Then
I'm so glad I never hurt anybody but myself when I did that stupid shit.
Then we've got the homicide in Colchester. That's, listen, I'm just going to be blunt here. I am really, truly, and I'm not joking, nor would I about something like this. I am having a difficult time keeping track of the crazy shit that's coming out of Colchester and Burlington. I mean, it's like which gunshots fired and what's the next homicide and what's the next murder, and I mean, there's just, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but man, it's just nuts. We got another big drug bust, this time in Rutland, following the big one that we just had in Bethel. You saw that, right? Mm-hmm. Guy from where? Hartford, Connecticut, I think, along with several.
You're not going to stop reporting on it. You're not. It's going to be a continual thing. We are not changing the culture. I don't care how many drug dealers you put in jail. I don't care how much you up the penalties. It does not matter until we change it to a public health crisis. You're not going to fix it. You can throw everybody in jail, and there's still going to be drug dealers.
Yeah. And I know the Vermont Drug Task Force has their hands full, but my God, I mean.
Dude, I was fighting that war in Central America back in the 90s. We're not winning.
No, I know we're not winning.
We're spending money. That's it. It's a money grab. Somebody's getting rich off of it.
Look at this. In Rutland, several types of narcotics at the location, along with several firearms, a large amount of cash. This is just the Rutland one, not even the Bethel one, which was pretty intense. And then we have in Vernon.
You guys are funny, pretty intense.
What are you talking about?
It's just because you've never lived that lifestyle, and what you consider intense and what I consider intense are 2 different things. Like a pimple on your ass is considered intense. Guns and drugs just aren't intense.
For me,
I mean,
for me, having a pimple on my ass might be intense.
I don't know. I just
where you come up with stuff, I'll never know. There's something somewhere in your head. But the Vermont Drug Task Force just arrested 3 people yesterday, following a months-long drug investigation and the execution of a search warrant.
How many
in Vernon, which is right down there near Brattleboro, right on the Massachusetts line, right near there.
New York, yeah.
Let's see, cocaine,
but
fentanyl.
What that arrest? How many hundreds of thousands of dollars did it cost in manpower, resources, to arrest somebody and maybe get a charge to stick, maybe not get a charge to stick? But what did it? What did spend? I want to know We just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. We arrested them people. What did we accomplish? Did we slow the drug trade down? Did we stop a drug trade? What did we accomplish? Did we take one drug dealer out and replace him with another one? What did we really accomplish? What are we getting? What are we getting our money? What are we paying for?
I hear you.
And I guess that's where the misconception when people heard, oh, defund the police. That's people just want their money's worth. That's really, I mean, we talk about Doge all the time and wasteful spending and stuff like that. Well, what do we need, armored vehicles for police in the United States? We're not at war with the U.S. citizens. We don't need those. I'm sorry. I just think that, we're just throwing money after money after money at a problem and never addressing the problem.
The Vernon bust, look at this, 45 grams of crack, 73 grams of fentanyl.
So they had 2 ounces. So he had 2 ounces. There's 28 grams in an ounce. He had 2 ounces.
Yeah.
That's, what was it, fentanyl? Or was it 2 ounces of fentanyl or 2 ounces of crack?
45 grams of crack.
45 grams. So they make it out instead of saying, because 45 grams sounds way bigger than 2 ounces, doesn't it? Sensationalization.
Yeah, 73 grams of fentanyl.
Yeah, now that's bad. That's a big one. 73 grams of fentanyl kill a lot of people.
40-year-old guy from New Jersey, 54-year-old woman from Vernon, Vermont, and a 33-year-old guy from New Britain, Connecticut.
So I don't want to. That makes me touch on. I don't want to downplay anybody else's concerns. Okay, I don't have concerns because of the way I grew up, my lifestyle. I was around drug addicts. I was around guns. I was around gangs. I don't freak out over shitty people. So that's my own personal thing, and I am in no way negating somebody else's feelings. For example, the whole St. Monica's thing, because I mentioned St. Monica's, and so let me back that up.
You're shifting a pretty major gear here, so let's go there because we need to get this.
Yeah, so I made a comment. Because there was a lot of nasty comments when you did your interview with Brandon Carbo, and I made a comment about those people making those comments are the same people that you'll see over at St. Monica's. I shouldn't have specifically named.
But you just stereotyping.
Yep, just stereotyping. I grew up, man. I went to Bible study at St. Monica's. My grandmother was a huge part of St. Monica's till the day she died. I used to go there on Sundays as a little kid and go to Dunkin' Donuts. I have nothing against St. Monica's. Both my kids went to Websterville Baptist Christian School. So, no, I don't have anything, and I apologize if it came across that way. So
Well,
it's really hard because your words can always get twisted by somebody.
Well, you
and
actually,
that was not my
and
meaning.
here's the thing, though, man. You actually said St. Monica's here, and you were saying
I could have said any church,
but here's
but
the
I
other
did
thing.
mention one.
I have to apologize because I missed that. I missed the whole thing. I wasn't even aware that you had said that. I had to go back and re-listen because
Right.
I was paying attention. I was distracted. I was paying attention to the comments that were coming in.
My point was I was pointing out the hypocrisy that a lot of these people.
Well, when you say these people, you mean folks that, and I've heard people complain about this too, folks that say
They're heavily religious. They're believe in Jesus, believe in the teachings of Jesus, but they're the first people to bash people,
cast
judgment.
Okay.
100%. When someone like Brandon Carbo would be the first person that Jesus would have him sit beside him. Jesus didn't surround himself with people that were well-to-do. Jesus surrounded himself with poor people, prostitutes, thieves. That's who he surrounded himself with.
Yeah.
Those were the people that needed it the most.
Right. I understand.
So
the
I do.
point.
I apologize because I didn't mean anything directly towards
Right.
St. Monica. St. Monica's is a wonderful church here.
I understand the point you're making, and here's the thing, and I'm guilty of this
and
too.
I'm done. I mean, when it comes to words, I don't always say it properly. I don't always get my intentions out.
Well, here's the thing: emotions were running high that morning, and I am guilty of it too. I have definitely said things. I mean, oh my God!
I just didn't see it that way. Like
All the
when I
time.
said it, I did not see it that way until that lady continually just going on and on and on and on about it. I was like, how are you getting it that way? So everybody's perspective.
Right.
And when, like I said, when we get on here and you're getting 1 million views, I mean, there was 40,000 views overnight with that right there. There's somebody that's going to have a different perspective.
Sure.
No matter what my intentions were, there's going to be always a different perspective because nobody knows what's going on in my head. It's kind of like when we talk to our wives.
Yeah.
We have a perception on
Sure.
what we're saying, and our wives take it totally different.
Right. And the other thing is there is a massive amount of vulnerability by having a live podcast.
Yeah.
Things will be said that we need to go back
Sure.
and think about and just rethink. Wow, did I say that? What did I mean by that?
Yeah.
And offer an apology when it's when it's appropriate.
Yep.
And my God, man, it's like I do it all the time. I rely on
Accountability
listeners
and
to hold me
admitting when
accountable.
you're wrong. Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
If
But
you don't do that, then what are you teaching your kids?
right.
To
Exactly.
have no accountability.
Exactly. Listen, I don't think that you're also saying that everyone who goes to church and everyone who's
No,
religious
absolutely
is
not.
like this. I think again, your emotions were
Yep.
high and you're frustrated.
I never expected to become emotional with that kid. I came down here ready to give that kid both barrels. That was not what I expected.
Yeah.
I expected that kid to defend his actions. I expected him to live up to the piece of shit that he's been portrayed
Yeah.
online.
Right.
I get that people are scared of him. I get that. I really do.
Yeah.
I personally am not. I've lived in cities. Just go to Rutland. They aggressively panhandle on every corner. I get it.
Yeah.
I do. And I in no way am defending that kid.
Right.
I think we got to see the human side of our opioid problem.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that song Sugar Boom Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Out robbing I'm a good person. But I'm out robbing people.
Yeah.
I know so many people that got into drugs and they were great people, but when that dark side comes out, they'll do anything to get that. And everybody thinks they're like. The other big thing was, well, Mr. Big-Time Businessman, why don't you give him a job? You know what? 100% I would give that kid a job. I've seen his work before. That kid is not ready for a job. He has a lot of...
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments. Well, why don't you hire him, Rex? Put your money
He's
where your
not
mouth
ready.
is.
He's not ready to be hired.
Yeah.
He needs... And will he get the help? I don't know.
And I think, and I don't want to speak for you, but I think someone in your position, the owner of a construction company, you need...
How many people, JD, you know me
correct.
personally, how many people have I given chances to that
Oh,
were...
my God.
Like, people told me, don't hire that guy, don't do it, and I gave him a chance
Yeah.
anyway.
I know you have. Many.
I've done that to a lot of people.
I know you have. But what you need, I think, as the owner of a construction company, more than... And correct me if I'm wrong, please. More than skill is you need reliability and dedication. You need
That's
someone
why I
who's-
hire people from the gym and shit like
right.
that.
Passion. They're on time. They're committed to being there. They're not on their cell phone
And
all
it's
day.
not even that. It's that they're honest with me.
Yeah.
Like, you have no reason to hide. If you call me up that night, the night before or Monday morning, like, hey, man, I got a bunch of meth and hookers. I am not making it in today. Cool. But to not answer my phone and just be like not show up, those are the things. Like, I'm a pretty cool guy, and all I ask is for honesty. Don't try to hide shit. Your first reaction should not be a lie.
Yeah. I also don't think that you promote.
Meth and hookers.
Yes, and
Anybody that knows me,
just,
I say that stupid shit all the time. Meth and hookers.
You know, listen, I'm hoping that Carbo will come back on. I've been asked a million times, am I going to try to get him back on? And I don't know if it'll be here in the studio, but I hope to chat with him, and I hope that he has something positive to say. And, man, I've heard plenty of negative, but I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Today is National Sleepover Day. Today we got 2 days to Mother's Day.
Sweet. You bringing your pajamas over tonight, Bubby?
Birthdays. My dear friend Janet McPherson is on the birthday list today. Love her so much and miss her. Chris Powers, Danielle Bain, Jerry Orvis, Lori Bisson, Fred Wilbur.
I know Lori. Oh, Fred Wilbur.
Fred Wilbur.
Wilbur.
Ted Clifford, Heather Felton, Bernadette Hebert, Michelle Mulholland, and Jim Holbrook, all on the birthday list. Billy Joel celebrating a birthday today.
Was he like 102?
He's 76, man. Can you name a single Billy Joel song?
No.
Yeah. Piano Man, Rex?
Oh, there it is. Piano Man.
Calvin Murphy is 77 today. That's the NBA Hall of Famer who's got like 1 million kids with like 9 different women. Candace Bergeron is 79. James Brooks is 85. Guy that started the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Did you see the new Pope is named after me?
Is he named after? I was wondering that.
I'm named after my grandfather, and now the Pope's named after me, Robert Francis.
Really? They said?
Yeah, they were like, hey. I got a little call there right before the white smoke came out.
Did you get a phone call?
I did, of course. I mean, if you're going to name a Pope that's named after me, of course I'm getting that call.
Right.
I knew it 10 minutes before my wife did.
I wondered. But I'm
He's
confused.
named after me. I mean,
I see Robert, but now I'm seeing Leo.
Robert. Yeah, yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
Well, first of all, that's blasphemy.
Bob? Is it Bob?
Nope.
Or is it Leo?
It's Robert Francis. It's Leo now.
Why is it Leo
They
now?
They change it that, I don't know, that's some sort of tradition. Some sort of tradition. I don't like it personally.
I don't understand.
Hopefully they keep J.D. Vance away from him. He already killed one Pope. We don't need him killing another.
Why do they need to do that? Why do they? See if I can find out here.
I don't know, but we need to research that. We need to get on.
Right here. I got it right here.
Yeah, why do they change the name?
Well, first of all, he's the first U.S. citizen to hold,
right,
the office. 69 years old, selected Leo as his papal name.
Yes. Pape.
Nod toward the 19th century Pope. Let's see, but I understand the nod. But why do we have to change the name? Why can't we just say, yo, nod to Leo, but my name is still Bob?
No.
Why can't we do that?
Because we can't have Pope Bob.
Pope Bob.
No. Pope Bob.
No, no disrespect. I'm just having fun this morning, but
he
doesn't want people showing up going, Bobby.
Bartlett.
Oh my God.
Then they would have been named the Pope after Bobby Bartlett.
God.
So Josh just said that Mayor Lozon is a big Billy Joel fan. I need to say something about that dude real quick. So a lot of people don't know about our mayor, Tom Lozon, and what he actually does for this city and the people in this city. I know there's all sorts of jokes, and they're like, he's making millions, whatever it is. That guy invested his money into real estate, and he is a huge philanthropist here in this city. For those of you that don't know, like there was a controversy over him buying a piece of property to sell back to the city, and they're like, "Oh, he's just trying to make money." Absolutely not. You know what happens when someone like myself or another developer comes along and they find a piece of property that a city wants and they're negotiating the price? They come in and they snatch it up and then they double the price because they know the city wants it. So not only that, he has given money to local people that banks wouldn't. And I'm not talking about $5,000. I'm talking about $200,000.
Yeah.
And then he gives them a ridiculous interest rate
Yeah.
just to help them build a business here in the city.
Get started.
And I don't want to embarrass him, and I don't want to embarrass anybody. I know of dozens of people in businesses that man has put the money up and funded them to start their business, to do their business. That guy is like through and through the heart of this community. He loves this city so much, and he not only says it, that guy proves it. That guy pulls his wallet out and shows how much he supports this city. So huge shout out to Tom Lozon.
Tom came into the Froggy studio one morning, and my dog needed some surgery that was like $2,000 that I didn't have. And it was emergency surgery. And Tom took out his checkbook and wrote a check and said, "Pay me back when you can." So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
He's a good dude,
He's a
man.
good dude.
Really, really is.
Done a lot of stuff for the
And
community.
people shit on him. And I get it, man. When you get to be of that stature, can't make everybody happy. Heck, I can't make everybody happy. And I ain't even close to that.
Facebook question of the day: What makes or has made your mom or the mother of your child a super mom? Mother's Day is Sunday. I don't know if you're planning on celebrating with a mom in your life, or if you're just remembering your mom, but you can buy a gift. You can spend time with her, which I think is the greatest of all the gifts. Or just give her a day off. Wash her car and give her a couple of hours to take a nap or something.
We get up on Sundays. I make a huge breakfast because my kids are there. We all that's a family day. Is Sunday for us. We make a point of having all the kids over. We cook breakfast. They show up. We have brunch.
Yeah, right.
Anybody else that comes over, whether it be Ed, Hannah, or whoever, we start making pancakes. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, pancakes and, just...
Blueberry pancake. Jeez, that's making me hungry. I'm on like a 72-hour fast right now. So
Are you?
Yeah.
By the way, National Retail... Are you ready for this? National Retail Federation says consumer spending on Mother's Day is expected to reach... Take a guess, buddy. Take a guess.
10 trillion.
Trillion with a T?
Yeah. I have no clue, man. You told me to take a guess.
Last year it was $33.5 billion. This year it's projected to go up to 34.1
billions. Is that like a big number now? I thought we moved on from billions.
It's all
to trillions
relative,
now.
man. It's all relative. $34.1 billion. I don't know if a lot. What is it? Is it flowers? Is it brunch?
I don't know. Doesn't Elon make that in like an hour or something?
Yes. you know what Sherilyn said to me? She's like, "Whatever you do, don't take me out for brunch. I don't want to sit around and wait in line." No, she wants me to make breakfast.
100%, as you should.
Which is what I'm going to do.
Isn't Fontaine's right down the road where you get maple sausage and everything
yes.
else and your syrup?
Yes.
Yeah, you need to break out the cast iron pans.
They very much are. It has to be cast iron.
100%.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I am not making my eggs over easy in any other type of pan, but a whole bunch of butter and cast iron pan. I threw away all my other Teflon.
Robin Keith just said something. I wish I could spend the day with my mom. I have to stop.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because when, just real quick here, and then we're going to move on. But I just saw that comment from Robin, and
I'm going to report it.
I feel the exact same way. I lost my mom a couple of years ago, and I miss her greatly. And I think back to the Mother's Days, and I have a couple of memories of them. Just spend some time with your mom. You don't have to spend money, spend time. I'm going to give you an idea here in just a minute that is not going to break the bank for mom. But Rex was just talking about traditions at Fontaine Meadows. This weekend, they've got another special on the grass-fed beef that they have over there. Burger specials.
Oh, where's that?
At Fontaine's, right at Fontaine's.
Cricket.
They got ribeyes, porterhouse, tenderloins, tips, roasts, tomahawks.
Ooh, them are like $100. Ain't they?
Stew beef, and they've got the beer cooler. Everything's just in time for the barbecue season. They're wonderful over there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can get if you walk into Traditions at Fontaine Meadows, you can get a beautifully made hanging basket or handcrafted birdhouse. Get a maple creamy. It's Saturday from 9 to 6. Ooh. This coming tomorrow from 9 to 6, and Mother's Day on Sunday from 9 to 4. That's awesome. Where is Traditions at Fontaine Meadows? Route 2, where you split off, go to 14, stay on Route 2 for another 200 yards. Not even. And it's right there. You can't miss it.
Oh, I wonder if I could get logs there. You know what I'm looking for?
Of course you can, at the sawmill.
Yeah, well, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for fire logs. I want to have logs, log length, load of log length.
Of course you can.
I'll have to call them. Because me and Ed were talking about that. Because I have saws and a splitter.
Sure.
No reason why we can't make a little firewood during the summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Am I invited?
Absolutely.
All right.
I got that landing down there. I'm going to put a culvert in, a little driveway, and
I'm going to tell
a bunch of wood.
I'm going to tell Ben and a few others exactly where this is. Again, Route 2. You go past, what's the store there? Why can't I remember the name of the store? The gas station right there on Route 2.
Dudley's,
thank you. Go past Dudley's. Don't turn on 14. Just stay on Route 2 for another couple hundred yards. You'll see Fontaine's right there on the left.
Yes.
Saturday.
Oh, you can't. No, you got to go down to the light and you got to take a left.
What?
At Dudley's, when you go down, you don't go, because if you go straight, you'll end up at Goddard College.
No, you're talking about the sawmill. Yes, you go left on 14 to go to the sawmill. But if you want to go to Traditions at Fontaine Meadows where they're selling on the meat,
yeah,
you just go straight for another 100 yards, and it's right there on the left.
On the left is a field.
That's Traditions at Fontaine Meadows, Bob.
Man, it's been a long time since I've been. I guess
stay on Route 2 for another 100 yards.
Pat through the light.
Go through the light,
and there's a car dealership on your right.
Yes,
and a river. You go down there, and there's a field right there that we used to go. We used to go
sledding.
But
I did too. Broke my freaking elbow on that. Before that, you go right through the light, and it's another 100 yards. Don't go all the way to the sledding field. Right there on the left, buddy.
Man.
Tomahawks, ribeyes, ground beef. It's all locally grass-fed. It's good stuff.
Did I tell you what happened to me when I was out? I was up.
John Kidder knows about this. Apparently, he doesn't have his head in his ass like you do.
You know, you only say that shit because you're on live, and you know I'll get an assault charge beating your ass on live TV.
All right, what are you saying now?
So funny story. Last weekend we were up at Central Vermont Meats.
Okay.
And I'm in there. I'm getting my box. I got Athena with me. Brenda's with me. And everything's good to go. She takes the dog. She goes outside. Anybody that's ever been up at Central Vermont Meats, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I go outside with the box. I pay for it. I'm going to load it in my truck. My truck door's open.
Okay.
My wife and dog are gone.
What?
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, must be she's chasing Athena around. Must be Athena just took off or something.
Okay.
So I load it in there and I holler. No answer. So now I holler a few times. I'm getting no answer. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, getting no answer. I walk all the way around the building. Can't find her. I was like, what the fuck? is going on? So I go in there and I confront the guy. I was like, yo, you got cameras here? And he's like, yeah. And now you can see he's like nervous. Now I'm starting to think like, what do you got going on in this slaughterhouse? My wife and dog are missing. I was like, I just went out there. My wife and dog are missing, and they're not answering. And he was like, because he could see I was like getting pissed. I was like, something's going on.
Oh, my God.
That damn dog. We went back out there, and here she comes across the horse pasture. Piece of wind blew, scared that little Shih Tzu, and she took off.
Oh, she's chasing a couple Holsteins?
No, she was scared, just running. A wind blew a stick past her, and she took off and was not looking back. Brenda had to lose her flip-flops chasing her across 2 cow pastures. That dog went. Her legs are that freaking big, man. They're like 1.5 inches. Can you imagine how tired that dog was?
And Brenda still couldn't catch her?
No. She's fast.
Brenda step in any cow patties?
No, she was mad, though. Oh, she was mad.
Here's an idea for Mother's Day that is not going to break your bank. Capitol Showplace Theater, Paramount Twin. And as I said, the weather.
You know, J.P. Morgan's used to be a great place for mimosas and brunch.
I've done that many
Mother's
times.
Day.
I'm sure that they're booked. I'm sure they are. But Capitol Showplace in Montpelier, Juliet and Romeo. Why is Juliet coming first before Romeo? Why isn't it Romeo?
Romeo
and
used to be a Juliet.
Now that's possible, but why is it not being called Romeo and Juliet? Why are we flipping it around? The name of the movie is Juliet and Romeo.
Changing it up.
Minecraft, Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Saw it.
I love Marvel and DC and
Accountant 2.
Yep, that's another good one.
Legend of Ochi, Sinners, all playing at the Cap. The Paramount Twin, Thunderbolts, Sinners, and Minecraft. And tickets are on sale right now for Lilo and Stitch, which is coming out on the 23rd. Final Destination Blood on the 16th. Karate Kid Legends on the 30th. Mission Impossible.
Karate Kid Legends?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's coming out, man. You want to go?
Yes.
Will you sit next to me?
I'll even hold your hand and share popcorn.
You will? You'll hold my hand in the dark?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise. Oh, God. 28 years later, F1, Superman, Last Rodeo, Ballerina, and How to Train
Tom
Your
Cruise
Dragon.
has another Mission Impossible coming out.
Yes. Yes. I know.
Oh, they're going to have to clone him so they can keep on with the Mission Impossibles. But the missions are impossible, so you always got something to...
Yeah.
You always got a sequel.
FGBtheaters.com to get your tickets in advance.
100%. Big fight news.
Yeah, what's going on?
Big fight news. So...
You and I fighting?
No, even bigger than that. That would be big,
That
too.
would be
That would be huge.
That's
That would be... We need to get into the Green Mountain Ring and
I would
show them people how it's done.
I would bite your ankles.
And I'd stomp your head.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You would be screaming "ow" before you'd have a chance to. I'd have my teeth right in your ankles, man. I've been told I'm an ankle biter.
So everybody watched Chris Peralt win
Right.
the title in,
Yes.
18 seconds?
Yeah.
He knocked out the number 1 ranked guy.
My voice is still hoarse from that.
So
I'm serious.
something... I can't announce it. Hopefully, by next Friday, I will announce the opponent and everything. But this fight is even bigger than his last fight.
Okay.
It is a main event on UFC Fight Pass for Combat FC,
Okay.
June 13th. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to mention the opponent. I'm not going to mention anything else. But it is going to be the main event on UFC Fight Pass.
June 13th.
Yep. In Andover, Massachusetts. You will either want to get the pay-per-view, you will want to go there. The Shriners Memorial is a great place to go watch the shows. We'll all be down there. Everybody from Granite City will be down there. That's a huge fight.
Is he? It was amazing having him on Aired Out, but if he gets a few more pretty damn good sized wins under his belt, literally and figuratively, he's on the cusp of UFC. No?
Yeah. If he gets 3 more fights and he wins all 3 of them, 100%. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's undefeated through amateur all the way up through to pro. So he's 11-0 right now. From amateur and pro, he's never lost a fight. But you're talking about a kid that put in years and years of wrestling. He went through all these trials and tribulations when he was competing with wrestling. He was on the top. He got beat. He's felt those losses and stuff. So
Sure.
Everybody, that pedigree that he has with that wrestling and the way that he's transitioned it over to MMA, it's just
and this is a local, let's just say, again, if you don't know who Chris Peralta is, this is a local guy.
Yeah, he trains right in Graniteville, and he's the numbers. So he knocked out the number 1 ranked guy in 18 seconds. Before that, he fought the other guy that had 30 fights. He knocked him out in 1:08 seconds. And he's a wrestler, and he's knocking people out. So that put him number 6. That ranked him number 6. So I'm not going to tell you the ranking on where his next opponent is. I'm just going to tell you this is a huge fight.
And this last guy.
This could be, there's a chance that Dana White will be there watching this fight.
Oh, my God.
This could get him right into the Contender Series.
This last dude that he knocked out at the Barry Auditorium a couple of months back, big dude from Maine.
Oh, yeah. That guy fought Michael Venom Page. The only people that he's ever lost to have gone on to be in the UFC, as a matter of fact. Ooh. Ryan's a good dude, man.
His teammates that were there, his family, friends, coaches, everyone were seen. A guy from Bangor, right?
Yeah.
Bangor, Maine.
Yeah, Primo Bellarusa.
They seemed, maybe I'm wrong, very confident that he was going to win.
100%. Ryan's been around.
And they
Ryan's
very
been in this
surprised.
game. Yes, everybody was surprised. That took all of New England by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't just that was a big, big thing to happen.
Sure.
Because that doesn't happen to people like Ryan. Ryan doesn't get knocked out like that.
Yeah.
So, that was huge.
Have you all of these battles in Barry?
Yeah.
That was number what? 15?
15, I think.
15.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the auditorium explode like it did that night?
Yes. Yep.
Really?
We have.
I haven't.
Back in the day when we had the I have. Before you used to come, we had a big fight between Randy Felion and Pete Haskins. And that was like all the Waterbury rednecks were there. All the Rutland rednecks were there. It was like the redneck brawler versus the redneck from whatever it was there. Hang on.
There has never been a podcast episode with Rex Thompson where his phone has not rang. I'm just saying. Ever.
I'm sorry, man. I know, and Ed Collins is commenting, should I send the material list to the podcast or should I just send it to Rex's phone? At least he doesn't call. He knows better.
Listen, we have some very serious business to get to this morning.
I agree.
Okay. We have some very, very serious business.
Can we all bow our heads? As we say goodbye.
As we say goodbye.
To the biggest shitbag in Barrie. May you rot in hell, you piece of shit.
This will be the final time that we will ever say the words
shitbag. Oh,
I wasn't going to say that. Just bear with me. This will be the final time that we will ever say the words John Anderson on the airwaves. May he rest in peace as a
Clown.
clown is true. As someone who is banned permanently and forever from the Aired Out podcast. Dearly beloved, thank you for holding John close to you. And may he someday be a halfway decent individual. Although it is doubtful.
I hope his sleeping bag finds a bed of red ants. There.
And fleas.
And fleas.
May he have a tick deeply embedded into his
Ball sack.
scrotum. Well, I was going to be a little bit more classy than that.
I have no class when it comes to that cat. I still hate, and if he's listening, which he is, a little creep, we could always do that fight. We'll donate all the money to autism awareness.
It's a good idea.
I've been up to his house, knocked on the door. He won't answer.
And he lives where? Up Highgate?
Yep.
Okay. You got the nicotine gum going there?
Absolutely not.
U.S. and U.K. announced a big trade deal yesterday.
We're going to trade one king for another?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen here. Hopefully, this deal, which is pending finalization, is going to focus on tariff reliefs for autos, steel, and selected industrial goods. We'll see what happens. Still waiting on what's going to happen with China and everything, but
they're going to invade Taiwan,
and it's not just China. It's Japan. It's India. It's South Korea.
They're going to dump all our treasury bonds, fuck our economy, and invade Taiwan. See the interest rate going up on them treasury bonds?
I have.
But most people don't even know what that means.
Listen, I have been accused in the past of fear-mongering. I don't want to scare you, Rex, or
please don't,
or Glenn, or Stacy, or
easily.
Dan. I don't want to scare anyone. But the Cosmos 482 which was launched in 1972. This is the Soviet rocket that they put up there in 72.
Was that the rocket to shoot down all of our satellites?
It may have been.
Okay.
There was
a defensive system that the Russians put up. That was why Ronald Reagan started with Star Wars program.
Well, this thing, this Cosmos 482 failed to escape low orbit, and it separated into 4 pieces, and a couple of the pieces have burned up. One of the pieces did not burn up, and that's just about 1,100 pounds. It is supposed to have impact with the Earth tonight.
Oh, nice.
And
don't they know we have a show going on?
Yeah.
These people.
Jeez, I know.
A little
really.
respect.
I don't want to scare you, Rex, but listen, all eyes on the sky tonight, because this thing is going to come down somewhere. And usually this stuff lands in the ocean, which the Earth is 70-something% water, but it's going to crash tonight. And there is a link where you can actually track this rocket, 1,100 pounds of what's left of it.
Dude, so, okay.
It's coming down, Rex!
Let me, more Russian shit, though. So you remember we talked about the new quantum computer through Google, and how that with that new quantum computer, they have figured out that we have parallel universes. They can prove that we have parallel universes.
Right.
So,
right.
Russians did a study. They've been working on this for quite a while on where we go after death.
Mm-hmm.
And they track the atoms, your energy atoms.
Okay.
So, we found a planet, and it's millions and billions of light years away, whatever it is there. And we call it that's where we believe heaven is.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So that's where we believe that our energy would go, yada, yada, yada. There's a lady that talks about this on how we all go to this planet, which is, she goes on to say how Earth is like a school. We're all put on this. We have to all experience every part, being a rock, being a tree, being a human. So we have to experience every single part of being a human on Earth. And then we go on. Once we have experienced it all and we've learned our lesson that we're supposed to learn down here, that's when we're able to go and spend the rest of eternity back up at this planet. So it's all
purple or blue Kool-Aid for you this morning.
Okay, so listen. So the Russians did the study, and they started tracking the atoms when somebody died.
Yeah.
It went blank by the time the computers caught back up to that atom and tracked it.
All right.
It was at that planet that we identified as.
What?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, Ashley's right. You're getting really deep here.
And they were able to prove it with the Google quantum computer.
Okay.
Yeah. Heaven's real, baby. And science can prove it. You can't kill energy, okay? You cannot kill energy. Energy does not die. What keeps us going? Our life, our energy. So when you die, your energy goes back into the universe.
Yeah.
Right? So we never die. You never die.
Well, that's very interesting. We should do a show just about this alone.
You looked it up, didn't you? I wasn't full of shit, was I?
I'm looking up something.
The SCI.
You don't need to know what I'm looking up. I'm looking up something right now.
It's just really cool, man. Because think about that. If we have parallel universes, we know where heaven is. Boy, that could fuck up the whole construct of the United States, everything. Because if people know that there is an actual afterlife,
what would Pope Bob say?
Pope Bob would say, he would say, the more good that you do, the more good will happen to you. It's really an easy concept. It really, really, really is.
Wow.
Have faith. Realize you are at where you're supposed to be. Whether it's good or bad right now, you're where you need to be, and there's a reason you're there. Whether we see it or not, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Can I get back to the Cosmos 482?
100%.
This titanium spacecraft is traveling at 17,000 miles per hour, and it's going to hit the Earth's surface tonight at 150 miles an hour.
Wow. That's
it.
150?
Bang. Hopefully it's not going to come down.
And I've been faster than that in a 1984 Ford Escort coming back from Maine. No oil in it. Knocking like a
Hopefully
bastard.
it's not going to come down in your pond in the backyard.
That would be cool.
That'd be
a
big splash.
That would
My
be cool.
God.
Gilligan's Island.
Anything else that we should talk about this morning?
If your roof is leaking, get it repaired.
My God. Thanks for coming on yesterday. By the way, you were streaming on Rex Thompson's page?
Yeah.
Went right on to Aired Out.
No, I shared it.
Oh, is that what you did?
I shared it. I still have your login information. You don't even know that.
Did Sherilyn sell that to you?
I'm not telling you what me and Sherilyn talk about. That's between me and Sherilyn.
It's my wife. What do you mean that you're not going to talk to me?
How many times are you going to change it, and how many times am I going to steal it? It's like a circle. It's never ending.
Yeah.
Your torture is never ending.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to hit ortho. I got an orthopedic appointment.
Okay.
Do they have an idea of the trajectory? Where is it going to land?
I don't. I just dropped the site where you can track it. It's in the comments above. Just slightly scroll up and you'll see it in the comments there. It's
perfect.
It's coming down tonight, though. We should have a little party. We should get in the hot tub.
I can't. I'm going to the Daniel Kelly seminar. I'm going to go up there and at least sit. There's not a lot I can do, but I want to. When the hell else are you going to have a chance to have a world champion from one championship in Little Vermont?
Yeah, right. That good point. You know what, though? You go ahead and do that.
I'm going to.
I'll get in your hot tub with your wife.
Perfect.
And on your way to this thing, you go ahead and have your private conversation with Sherilyn. Your wife is going to be feeding me grapes in your hot tub.
Leave my upside down pineapple alone.
Tonight.
Don't touch it.
Watching for the Cosmos 482.
She'd probably enjoy that.
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Caesar.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Get out to a movie. The weather's going to be perfect for it.
Hey, scumbag.
What?
Why would you throw trash right there, like while we're watching you?
Should we show the camera?
What a shit bag.
Where's the camera?
I really want to go out there and throw the trash in his pocket. Like he just walked up to the door and threw the trash on the fucking ground. Oh, that irks me.
Well, go out there right now.
You're going to get my blood pressure through the roof, aren't you? Because you know he's going to say something dumb. And then I'm going to say something dumb.
You've never done that, Rex.
Try to shut him down.